What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another new video. So a few weeks ago, you guys saw me install a paint correction and then installed the ceramic coating. And it's been a few weeks, so we've been driving around a little bit. It's a little dirty. Drove just a little bit of rain. It's time for our first wash, so we've had plenty of time to cure. Coating is all good. I'm gonna walk you guys through what it looks like, the products I'm using, how the coating is performing, and I'll show you guys what the process looks like, walk you through a little bit of the setup I have here in my garage, and show you what the overall end result looks like. So let's go ahead and get the car pulled out. We'll get it centered here in the garage. We can get to our wash. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna go over here is the pressure washer setup. This is like a full kit that I basically bought. This is from a company called Obsessed Garage. A lot of you probably know who they are, but this is the Active VE52 pressure washer. I bought this probably about 4 years ago, still running strong, and then I bought their full kit, which includes all of these hoses. I had somebody come install this spigot into my garage. And then this is the 100-foot Cobra Jet hose, I think. This might be the Obsessed Garage hose. And this is the Cox hose reel. Then I have the full Mosmatic wand setup with the Obsessed Garage gun and the Mosmatic wall holder. And the 3-bucket system. So we have our wheels bucket, and we have our rinse and our wash bucket. I've had this set up here in the garage for a little over a year, maybe a year and a half. Honestly, it's made the washing process so much easier. So just to start out, just undo the knob here, pull our hose all the way out. I like to just walk it out of the garage. I know about where I need to go, and we can get started. Turn the water on, turn the pressure washer on. We always start with wheels, so let's get our wheel bucket. Okay, so I put on a little mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me pretty well. So first thing we're gonna do, just get this wheel rinsed off. Then we can use our foam cannon. This is just brake buster, not diluted. Get a decent layer on there. Put our normal tip back in. We'll just start at the top, work our way around. So this is the Easy Detail brush. Also got this from Obsessed Garage. Just want to get in here behind the caliper and through the barrel. This one almost doesn't fit. And make sure to get your wheel wells. Next we have our little lambskin mitt. Just gonna go around the face of the wheel. This little groove here between the tire. And then we'll work our way around on all the spokes. So these wheels are coated in armor detail, wheel and caliper coating. Probably one of the best wheel coatings I've ever used. I've used a few, including those from CarPro, some other brands, Fine Lab. And so far this is probably one of the best in terms of durability, standing up to heat. So that's typically what kills them. But I've had experience on track with these, tracked, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times, and the coating still looks pretty fresh. Not on these wheels specifically, but on other wheels that I've used the same coating. So just want to get in all the crevices, all the little details, the face. Get the brake caliper. And I also get this little painted section right on the edge. So this is non-diluted brake buster. Just gonna spray this onto the brake, onto the tire. We'll take our brush. Just get a light brush here over the tire. We're ready to rinse. So I'm just going to repeat this process for all 4 wheels, and then I'll get back to you once we're ready to get started on the paint. Okay, so now that the wheels are all cleaned up, we can get to the paint. And the first thing we're going to do is a pre-wash. So what this pre-wash does is it's basically just going to sit on the car, and it's going to eat and agitate. Well, it won't agitate, but it's going to eat at any of the dirt that's just sitting on the car, and we're going to try and lift that dirt off and remove it before we ever touch it. So we're going to foam it onto the car. We're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. Then we'll rinse. Then we can spray our wash foam, and then we can do a touch wash. So let's go ahead and get to that. So this touchless wash is from a company called Built Hamburg. I also got this from Obsessed Garage. I think they're the only company in the United States that's an authorized dealer of them. Just a touchless wash, like I mentioned. And so we're just gonna put it in our foam cannon. It's undiluted, but we have a diluting tip inside. And we're gonna go ahead and foam the car down, and then we'll let it sit for 5 minutes. And during those 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and get our buckets ready. We'll get our other foam cannon ready, and we can get ready to do the touch wash. So all we're gonna do here is just make sure we get everywhere on the paint covered. Worried about using everything that's in the bottle because this is undiluted, so we could just leave it in here for the next time. So we're just gonna let that sit, and we can get our wash buckets ready and our other foam cannon ready for the next step. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this thing rinsed off. Okay, now that it's all rinsed off, we can go ahead and get our second layer of foam on there. So this is going to be our washing soap or our contact soap. This is GSF from Chemi. Again, I got this from Obsessed Garage, but I think you can get it on Amazon as well. So again, we're not we're not worried about using all of what's in the bottle here. We're just gonna get a nice layer on the car, and then we'll use the remainder of the bottle and we'll put that into our bucket. So let's foam up our wash bucket. We can get started with our contact wash. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start from the top of the car, top of the vehicle, run the wash bit across the surface. No pressure, just letting it glide across. Making sure we get everywhere. Flip to a new side. I kind of have the same routine, same process of what I hit, what order I go in. You don't have to follow, but this is basically this is what I've gotten used to. So bring it over here to our rinse bucket, rinse it off. And we're just gonna repeat that process all the way around the vehicle. So go around to the other side. Man, with this coating though, the paint is so slick. Everything just cleans off so easily. No rush, it's nice and gentle. So like I said, this is GSF from Chemi. I diluted it 150 milliliters in, well, there's 150 milliliters of soap in the foam bucket, in the foam cannon. And the rest is water, so it's another 750 milliliters of water. And then I just pour the rest of what I don't use when I foam into the soap bucket. And that's plenty. That way I'm not wasting too much. So if anybody's wondering how I'm washing inside my garage, I've been doing this for about almost 2 years now. And the flooring that I have in here is from a company called Swiss Tracks. So they're just plastic tiles that click together. Absolutely love them. I've had absolutely no issues with them. They look great. And they're about 3/4 of an inch thick, and they have these channels underneath that allow the water to drain through them. And then the garage is properly sloped and all the water drains out the front of the garage. So I don't have any issues with standing water. I don't have any issues with any mold. But you can see all the soap drains right down underneath. I'm not walking in puddles, and it dries pretty quickly. Plus the floor stays clean. Dust falls down in between the cracks. Overall, just a great solution. So now that we've done the whole top side of the car, we're just gonna work our way around the vehicle. Again, working top to bottom, rinsing every now and then. I usually do about every panel to every 2 panels, depending on the size. Making sure we flip our pad in between. So here I'll work the top, work my way down. No pressure, the underside, flip the pad, making sure I get everywhere, and rinse. All these steps are just taken just to ensure that we're not scratching or inducing any extra scratching into the paint. After we spend all those hours paint correcting it, we don't want to put anything else back onto the surface. I've been washing using this process for many years now. Have had no flaws with it. Always comes out good. Never have an issue with adding scratches. Paint always looks good. Comes out pretty clean. If we have anywhere that we missed, we can get that when we do our drying aid. So I wash in the garage because it allows me to wash basically at any time of the day. Rain, sun, hot, cold. Now, I don't have a climate controlled garage, so it gets a little bit more difficult when it's hot in here because it still gets quite hot inside the garage. But when it's cold, we just shut the garage door. Sometimes I can leave the door to the house open. Keeps it a little bit better in here. And I don't have to worry about sun drying anything or staying inside the garage really keeps a lot of the dust out. So we don't worry about dust falling back on the vehicle if any of the neighbors are mowing their yard or any of that nonsense. Had this JQ Works wheel on for about a week now. So far it's amazing. It's just fun. Kind of changes the way the car feels when it drives, having that smaller diameter steering wheel. Plus, it looks pretty cool. But we got some more updates coming to the interior, so hopefully some stuff arrives here soon. Been waiting for a while, but that's okay. We got some stuff in paint that we're waiting for. Some other little goodies. So once those things will come, we'll get them installed. I'll make more videos on that. Okay, so now we have the car all washed. Let's go ahead and get it rinsed, and then we can get it dried, and we can do our drying aid step. Okay, so now that we got our all rinsed before we dry it off, this is a rust inhibitor, so I'm going to spray these on all the rotors, and that helps me, if you've ever had your rotors turn orange, and the first time you get a brake, all of a sudden all your brakes are bright orange like Cheeto dust. That's what this prevents. So just douse this onto the rotor before they dry, and then we can get to blow drying the vehicle. Okay, so now that we got that done, we're gonna go ahead and get the leaf blower out, and we will get this car mostly dried without touching it, and then we can come back and we'll do our drying aid wipe. But otherwise, she's pretty clean, just needs to be dried off. Okay, so we got car all dried up. At least it's about 95% dried up. So like I said, the next step we're gonna do is our drying aid step. And we're basically just gonna work, a couple panels at a time, spraying the drying aid on and buffing it off. It's basically just a light layer of protection. It's just gonna add a little bit of, not really any gloss, but just a little bit of protection on top. One of the issues you get when you dry is that you still have these little, you can see here, just these little bits of water that drip out. Little bits of water that don't quite get it from air drying. See if it'll focus. So doing this drying aid step really helps in just making sure we get all those little drips. We get any little bit that's left on the surface. just here and here and here, and anything that was maybe missed during the wash, so we can be sure that we have it perfect and looking good. So I'll walk you through what it looks like to apply drying aid. Super, super simple. Usually just a little bit of a relaxing part. Takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Go over the whole car. You can even do the face of the wheels. And then we'll add some tire shine and we'll be all done. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so I've already got the tops of the car done. So I'm just gonna work my way around. Come here with our plush towel, spray a bit on. Basically just trying to wipe it off, making sure we get it everywhere. Then we'll come back with our buffing towel, just stays dry. This is just for any streaks that might be left over. It's a nice light wipe. And we're good. So we're just gonna work our way down the side of the car, just like that. Well, here we are, car's all clean. We got the rest of the drying aid complete. We got a little bit of tire shine put on. So I put it on a little bit greasy now, a little bit too shiny now, and then it soaks in. And then once it's soaked in for a few hours, I'll come back and I buff it off. Gives a little bit more of that matte look. All the door jambs cleaned. So we're all clean all up in here. Looking good as new. Make sure you do this every wash. Carpet's still clean. I give this, I give the interior a pretty good wipe down a little bit later last week. So we're looking good. Car's looking good. Definitely very, very glossy. So this coating makes the paint just shine. Super glossy, super clean, super easy to clean. And that's mostly what's important. It's protected. It's got UV protection, chemical protection, easy to clean, dirt shedding, plus it looks amazing. So that's gonna be all for today. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.